Welcome to Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast, where we bring you news, notes, and more to help you win your championship fantasy football league. Stay tuned and listen in for the great information we have for you today. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast. Yo, I'm Jared.
Scott.
Yo. So we're going to give you a little bit of the injury update. I know a lot of you guys probably have it. We have it a little later in the evening, but some stuff has come in as of recent, about an hour ago. So there's been some more updates. So we'll give you what we got and hopefully get you semi-prepped for this upcoming Sunday. I know it's the first week of the playoffs. I hope you guys made it to the playoffs, and to anybody who is there, good luck. Good luck.
I don't know, like every week in fantasy football, it's most likely going to be a stress week if you need to figure out who's going to be in and who's going to be out, kind of stuff. But once you head to playoffs, it's kind of
right. Especially when you got them dollars on the line, you really want to get that money. You know? So.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll get kicking it off with the Arizona Cardinals. We'll go A to Z here. The only person of note here is AP, suffering a little neck injury, playing last week, so they're kind of monitoring snaps, taking it day-to-day with him. Don't know if he'll be ready for Sunday, so if it's not him, it'll be Kerwin Williams. Kerwin Williams will be one of the guys that you'll want to... He did. He actually looked very explosive for the limited reps that he had. So Kerwin Williams is the name that you'll want to know for the Sunday for the Cardinals if Adrian Peterson does not play.
It's a big one.
It is. ATL. There wasn't anybody of note as far as ATL. As far as the offense, I was covering like the offensive players right now. So there's nobody of note that you need to worry about that I saw anyway. I believe that everybody's healthy.
Yeah, so. I didn't see anybody either, to be honest with you.
And there's not a lot of people. I mean, Tevin Coleman, Julio Jones. You know, those guys, if they don't show up on here, then life's good. So the people that you guys are using. So now going down to Baltimore, Jeremy Maclin did show up on the injury report. So with a back injury, he's limited though, but not a fantasy use for most people as of right now. But we're just saying that for Mike Wallace's sake, they can put a little more on Danny Woodhead. Maybe even Buck Allen, guys like that. If you have them that you need, they'll probably start using those guys more, check downs, or put them in the slot or someone to fill up Jeremy Maclin's role. So they could be getting more looks. Yeah,
there really hasn't been any kind of official word or anything about his back. So just stay updated with
Friday's
us.
The big day.
Friday will be a big day for us to do that.
Yeah. Now we'll hop down to Buffalo because as of a day ago, I'm sure a lot of you know, Jordan Matthews was placed in IR, but Calvin Benjamin has swung back through and has been limited in practice. But being this is like the first time he's really practiced at all in the last couple of weeks, it's a little optimistic that he might play this week so they can get some more evaluation on his progress in the system. So
I don't know how it's going to play out because Tyrone Taylor is also knee. He got carted off, so he did not practice today. So where that's going to be put in line if Calvin Benjamin's going to be playing, not really going to do well, so I wouldn't worry too much. If you have Calvin Benjamin,
I would say that they're probably going to sit Tyrod, so
that'd be the best bet.
And then Nathan Peterman, though, that's not going to help out the value of Kimball. Even if he's out there, he might be getting all the tosses, but they're going to be so inaccurate it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
So
exactly. No, you're right. No, I know it sucks.
We'll see what happens though. Let's go down to the Carolina Panthers. Greg Olsen has practiced fully, so hopefully that means he's over that foot injury.
Hopefully, because they have a big game tomorrow. So, no, not tomorrow. I'm thinking of New Orleans.
New Orleans has a big game tomorrow.
Yeah, New Orleans has a big game tomorrow.
No,
the Panthers. I forget who they're playing against, anyways, but. Either way, Greg Olsen's a big factor, so they definitely need him more than anything because they got rid of their best player in Calvin Benjamin. So
they did. That is true. So,
and it's kind of helping out the Panthers in a way because Kelvin Benjamin's hurt. He hasn't been effective. So,
yes.
So we'll see.
Jonathan Stewart's also on the injury report from last week. He's got an ankle injury / foot injury. So I'm sure this is more maintenance than anything because he hasn't practiced today. But if he has been the goal line guy at the goal line when they've been there, so he does have some fantasy value, but he's very touchdown dependent. So
he really is. If it's not Christian McCaffrey, it's Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. He would still be a good pickup if somehow, some way, someone put him on the waiver wire. He'd be a great pickup. I would kind of pick him up. He's been involved the last couple weeks.
And in Chicago, I don't have too many people that are of offensive worry as far as that goes, or any skill position that you'll be using this week.
Nope, I don't see anybody here.
Slide down to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is a big
Joe
one.
Mixon because of the concussion.
Mixon, yep.
And that was a pretty nasty hit he took. So I think he'll be out for this week. So
yep.
He didn't practice today. If he practiced Friday, I'll be surprised if he practices Friday. But if he does, that might show a sign of him, making a comeback. But
Giovanni Bernard, we had to talk about that.
Gio.
I think our last episode. I'm not sure if you haven't
small
seen,
talk about Gio. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen our last episode, should be down below. Be a good one to watch too. Bernard would be a good pickup for this week if Joe Mixon doesn't make it. So be a good pickup too.
Yeah, he's showing flash in the offense that he can play. He's also a dual threat back.
Yep.
He can catch definitely out of the backfield. They can line him up on the slot and whatever they need to do. So.
And he looked good against the Steelers, which the Steelers have been on a roll. So
he did.
I mean, it's a good pickup if you need him.
We got Cleveland next.
Cleveland, man, they're gonna get their first win. I can feel it. You gotta have hope,
Yeah, they've been having hope for years,
Yeah, it's just the office doesn't know what they're doing up front, up top. So
Nobody knows what they're doing there.
But I don't really have anybody on here.
No, Cleveland's okay, so we'll move to Dallas.
Dallas is a big one because hopefully, if you got anything on Sean Lee on the defensive end.
Yeah, we're not worried about Sean Lee.
I know, but it's good for the defense for you to pick up the defense. But
we're focusing on the offense.
I know.
Keep with it, Scott. Keep with it.
Which also is great because Ezekiel Elliott's still suspended, so that's a good thing.
And now if you're trying to use that offense, it's not good.
No, that is true.
So, but that's alright. We don't really care about. And then because most people bailed on Dak, most people have bailed on Dez, most people have bailed on the Cowboys. So
Yeah, that's true.
You can't argue with them on that.
No, can't. Denver, I don't really have anything.
Moving on. So, Amir Abdullah with his neck injury has been limited in practice.
Do you think he makes a start? We'll talk about that Friday. But.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see on Friday because Wednesday's I don't want to say the initial reports.
Yeah,
but
mostly days off type
things
too for players.
Exactly. So you can stub your toe and have a little bruise and be like, all right, well, you got to put your injury report,
Which is weird. I mean, I don't know how that all works, but it'd be kind of cool to see how it all works and who types it in, who does it, whatever. But I have on my list that happened, 3 days ago on here? It says that Matthew Stafford's hand.
Yes.
He injured, had to leave the game last week. But I'm not sure. On here, it's not giving me anything. It's just saying questionable.
Yeah, and it probably will right now for his situation. I
don't see him dipping out.
If he can play and the swelling goes down and if it's not broken, then I'm sure he will play. It's Matt Stafford. He's a pretty tough character. So.
He is a definition of baller this year, for sure. Been showing up. Pretty dang good for his team.
Yeah, good. There we go.
Kudos to him.
Yeah, it says limited. But limited is good.
It is. Even on a Wednesday, you're in there practicing.
Yep.
So he could have a day off, but he goes into practice. An update on something.
There it is. The update's coming through, y'all.
So, nothing really for the Green Bay Packers that I see moving down the line. I don't know about this whole Aaron Rodgers thing. Do you honestly think he's going to come back week 15?
Yeah, so going down to the Packers. I think he could, because they're still... If they stay in playoff contention, yes. With Detroit falling back, as they have.
Which is crazy, because they got... the Lions have good offense. They just haven't been performing the way they should, because their defense has kind of been slacking.
Their defense has been slacking, yes.
But,
So yeah, I think there could be a return if they're playoff capable, absolutely, because they'll want Aaron Rodgers to carry them to the promised land, take them all the way. That's what they're coming up to be.
It would actually be good for the NFL if you come back.
Good for fantasy, but some people
good for fantasy, but I don't have them on my team anymore.
They come back and beat the Vikings, that'd be terrible. I'd be so salty.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Where are we gonna start first?
Houston, and we'll start with Braxton Miller.
Okay, Braxton Miller.
Concussion protocol right now.
Yep.
He was basically the number 2. I mean, but we'll see what comes out of that now. Man, because I don't know who else they have on there. There's no one I would want to pick up with Tom Savage there.
Yeah, because down the list, I don't know if I don't see it on yours, but I have Will Fuller is also questionable.
Yeah, Will Fuller's down here with the rib injury.
Yeah, with the rib injury. They're actually saying that he might be hopeful for
week 14.
Week 14,
yeah.
So that will be good for the offense for weapon-wise.
Yeah, if
Tom Savage.
I don't have Will Fuller anyway, so if he's down and Will Fuller's back, then it's A-okay, and life will be, not gravy, but better.
Right.
So, and I know no one starts Alfred Blue or ever uses him, but another running back that's gone down on that team, which means more carries for Lamar Miller. So it's basically just Lamar Miller handling that backfield.
He's been showing up.
Andre Ellington there. So.
Yeah, Andre Ellington also showed up last week, but I could be dead, so I'm not sure about that. But
Word. Indianapolis, baby. Dante Moncrief. Anybody that was using him, sorry. He's in a walking boot right now. Ankle injury after last game, so.
Yikes.
No one's really using him, but that just means more looks for T.Y. And Jack Doyle, if you need a streaming tight end.
Oh my gosh.
Jack Doyle is somebody that y'all can look at.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Doyle rules.
Doyle rules sometimes.
No.
Sometimes.
Gotta go with your gut sometimes.
Word. Now, Jacksonville. Boom, boom, boom. I believe the stats of Allen Harris should be back playing, but we'll see if they keep him on the inactive list or not. So he was on there last week, but update.
I don't know, it was 3 days ago, it says.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna click on him real
You
quick.
can dig up a little bit.
Anything.
I'm gonna slide.
He was held out of practice Wednesday. That's the reports for Alan Hearns. Hearns will have 2 more practices this week to show that he has made progress. High ankle sprain. His absence Wednesdays doesn't offer much.
Gotta show explosiveness and be able to bounce out, so we'll see what happens.
Definitely.
I'm just playing, dog. I'm just playing. Alright. Don't look at me like that. Casey, no major injuries as far as the injury report, so we'll slide down to the Chargers.
The Chargers.
Slide
big one, Hunter Henry.
Yes.
He is actually going to be active for Sunday's game. So that's going to be a big one for me because I picked him up. Hopefully good for you guys too if you picked him up.
Useless. I'm just kidding. Hunter Henry's very good.
It can't be. Hunter Henry's actually been what I think Corey said he was going to be. He was going to be a baller. So, and he's been balling out.
He has been good this season. And now, let's slide down to Mike Williams. He's returned to practice. I don't know if that'll take away targets from Keenan Allen or not. We'll find out. There's no reason to give anybody else really targets, but it's all possible.
Ooh. Okay, let's head on to the best NFC team right now in the NFC West. And we're talking about the Los Angeles Rams. This is a big one. Yes, I'm going to say that because they've been explosive this year. We're going to talk about Robert Woods. His shoulder, it still says he's doubtful, but it's still, there's no timetable for return, which Sean McVay says. It's a big blow, but I mean the Rams still have.
Sammy Watkins should be. I mean, where he's picked should be in number 1. So get it figured out, Sammy.
Yep. But I wanted to give you guys some better news, but I don't see anything quite on here for the.
No, so let's go to Miami, baby. We in Miami.
In Miami.
Let's leave Miami because there's not really a lot of people that we need to focus on here.
Alright, we're in Miami and we're out.
Out of Miami, baby.
We are out.
Matt Moore being hurt, but no one's really worried about Matt Moore. So Minnesota. Again, no one that's terrible worried about Minnesota. No one that's anything else.
No.
That's sweet. These teams are healthy as far as relative to fantasy people. So that's good. Going down to New England, Chris Hogan has been back or returns to practice. So
he was spotted at practice.
Yeah,
that's a big one, guys, because he's been out for quite some time. And if you've been holding on to Chris Hogan, have faith.
Yeah, he doesn't know if he's going to get out there, but he wants to get out there.
I don't know if he's going to be involved right away if he comes in week 14, but handcuff him. Hopefully you guys can win your first week and then plug him in on the week 15. Hopefully you're in the next round to bust open some points with Chris Hogan. And then, of course, we don't need to talk about Gronk because everybody that's involved with football and likes football so much that you all saw what Rob did. I think that was dirty. It was a stupid play, and he knows it, but...
Interesting.
Should have gotten a little bit more.
Oh, and on New England, Rob Kelly is suspended. So,
really?
Tight ends that you could pick up. I mean, Jack Doyle. What's his name? Ajoku for Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah, Ajoku for Cleveland.
Yep. He caught a good pass last weekend.
Touchdown pass was nice. So another tight end that you can use if you're really desperate. For some reason, they keep getting Mercedes Lewis involved.
Dude, it's insane. He's like, what, 40-something years old? He's like old,
He's
bro.
been in Jacksonville since David Garrard was there.
He's been there for a very long time.
It's insane that he just keeps coming back.
Yeah?
So, those are just a few tight ends that you could definitely dig for. I mean, if Vernon Davis is available, so you can start Vernon Davis. Let's see, anybody else has a good possible tight end? No. There's not. I can't think of any. Oh, Selleck, maybe. Brent Selleck.
I didn't get to see any kind of updates on Selleck, though, because we'll get to that team in just a sec, but...
Yeah, I'm just saying...
there hasn't been really any kind of update on his side.
Zach Ertz?
But Zach Ertz, yes. He did not practice.
But then Selleck could be the guy.
Right, but we'll see.
Well, wouldn't he be? Tell me why he wouldn't be.
Because they say Zach Ertz might not play, but it is just Wednesday, so...
True. Mark Ingram going down to New Orleans. Another very important player.
Yes. I need him to play.
Tell me about him.
Well, his toe. He, I guess, injured it somehow last weekend against the Panthers. Or, that's who they played. I think they did. That's the one I'm thinking of. They played each other last week. And they did not practice, so that's a big iffy because if you have Mark Ingram and possibly playing against somebody that has Kamara, which that's my issue, you would want to have Mark Ingram in. So he's just listed as questionable, but he might play Thursday night.
Friday. Oh,
Thursday night.
Oh, that's right, Thursday.
They play tomorrow against the Falcons.
Thursday during the day.
Yes.
You'll have to look.
Maybe get an update if you have any kind of apps that give you updates like NFL, whatever.
Fantasy Life app. They give great updates on that.
Fantasy Life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, that's a good one. Didn't know about that, but hey.
Yep.
It's all about It's all about helping.
Sharing knowledge, baby.
Exactly.
Sharing knowledge.
Exactly.
Going down to the Giants. There's not a lot of people that you'd be using on the Giants. Unless Evan Ingram was down, you wouldn't really be worried too much. So, I mean, Sterling Shepard was on there. Didn't practice with a hamstring injury, so we'll see if he plays. But he's the only other Giant that he'd be really worried about this week. Otherwise, you're not sweating it. Who are the Giants plays? It's not Washington, is it?
No, they play against Dallas.
Dallas. I knew it was a rival
Washington
team.
is against the Chargers.
That's right.
So those are two good matchups for you to kind of see who you need.
Absolutely.
You need a Dallas defense. Probably fire them up, but I don't know because Eli has a new coach now. So they can actually.
I don't know if they'll put Eli back. We'll see. Let's go down to the Jet squad.
Jets.
Matt Forte.
You got Matt Forte on there, huh?
Yeah, he popped up on the injury report earlier, but we'll see.
I don't know.
I think it was his knee again. The same one as the bottom, but it's a maintenance day more so than anything for him.
Maintenance day, exactly.
Yeah. And then we'll go down to Oakland.
Big one, and I'll take this one because I had just gotten an update on it. Amari Cooper, he has passed his concussion protocol, but his ankle is still a problem.
Yep.
So
this happened as of recent, like a few minutes ago.
Oh gosh, it was like just a few minutes ago. So it's not
fresh news, but what do you think that means for this week? With the ankle injury still in play,
we really would have to know by Friday. If we don't have that information by Friday, we're gonna have to.
If he's not at full practice, he's gonna be at full practice on Friday for him to probably play.
Right. I don't know. That means if you have.
Now the question is, do you trust him if he does play?
That's a good one. Because they play against KC. KC's been on a
They've
little
been terrible.
Yeah, they've been on a downslide, which is good for Oakland. Coming into a game knowing that a team's been struggling, but they put up a lot of points.
Well, Crabtree comes back too, so that'll be
right.
Good.
But I'm very hopeful that Cooper comes back, and I really want him to actually come back. So that's a big one for me. But
word. Let's go down to Philly.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Zach Ertz, to bring that up. Why don't we? Concussion. He left the game early against Seattle, which I still think that game was BS, but that's just me. Remains in concussion protocol, but can attend team meetings, which is good for him. Doesn't help anybody else. As of right now, Ertz likely hasn't reached his baseline marker, which would allow some activities in practice. But he's not looking good for an appearance on Sunday. So,
yeah, sorry, Ertz.
Here is what you would likely have for results in split in tight end reps between Brett Selleck and Trey Burton.
Trey Burton has played well.
Those two are the key matchups to look up for.
Who would you choose though between the two?
I would choose Selleck because he's been out there more, he's been playing more, but he just doesn't get the targets.
So what we're saying is Brett Selleck. If you had to choose one of those two, Brett Selleck. Moving on to Pittsburgh.
Juju Smith-Schuster's suspended one game.
Yep. That's what you get for illegal hits, but that's life. You know, people do that kind of stuff all the time in the NFL.
Yep.
Moving down to Seattle. To Seattle.
Just their defense, man. Every week is their defense.
It is basically their defense. Such is life, man. So we don't have to worry about Seattle because it's mostly defensive players that are on there.
Yep. San Fran really don't got anybody. These are old updates on here for sure. I don't have anybody. But
I also do not have anybody as of worry for the San Francisco 49ers. We can move on from them. I mean, they have a ton of people injured. It's just not ones that are fantasy impact to you. But we will go down to Tampa Bay now.
Tampa Bay don't really have anything as of recent on mine. Don't really see anybody on yours, which is good. I mean,
yep. I mean, it is
just defense yet again.
Yep. Going down Tennessee.
Tell him about the tight end. I'll tell him about the wide receiver.
Now I want to switch.
Well, I already clicked on his name, so I'm already going to go. Man, so Rashard Matthews confirms he is on track. Confirmed after Wednesday's practice that he is expected to return Sunday's game against the Cardinals. So, if you have picked up Marcus Mariota, hopefully he can give you points on the fantasy point-wise. But Rashard Matthews, if you have him, fire him up. Why not? Cardinals defense has been on the field way too much because their offense isn't that great. So this would be a huge key matchup for the Titans offense. And why not? Why not throw him out there? You're in the playoffs. Gotta go a little bit risky.
Well, now to go with Delanie Walker. He just has an ankle injury. Probably more maintenance play than anything. Because he's always getting beat up out there, and he's always a very used player. So I would expect Delanie to be out there unless he gets a setback. But it's more maintenance day because he's a vet. You know, he's always like 32 years old. So
hey, he caught that beautiful catch.
Hey, he's good. He's still good. And San Francisco didn't know how to use him, and now he's showing out here. So in Tennessee, so good for him.
Right.
Now going down to Washington.
Just Jordan Reed, but Jordan Reed is like Tyler Eifert. They're always
not putting him on the IR, which is interesting. I figured they probably would do something like that.
Just doubtful.
I mean, they need to just move on from him next season. Though they can't keep dealing with Jordan Reed. It just can't.
They gotta find somebody like an Evan Ingram that could be a wide receiver and tight end.
That's what Jordan Reed was.
But he's just injured.
It's not the fact that he can't do that because he was a 1,000-yard, 12 touchdown tight end. But
he helped me years ago.
Yeah, but he just can't stay on the field.
Yeah.
So
it sucks, but
it is what it is. And then Terrell Pryor, injury reserve. Rob Kelly, obviously injury reserve. These are ones you know about. So tough times in the world of Washington. But that's your injury.
Chris Thompson.
Yeah, that's your injury update, your injury recap. For your fantasy relevant players, some more than others, obviously.
Yep.
But, there's 14, 16, 18 team deep leagues that you may not know some players out there. So
exactly. And why not give you guys the information that you guys most likely need? So
I'm trying to cater to all.
Yep.
Except for 18 leagues. It's like
that would be because you're just
facing everybody.
Teams like four times.
You just get everybody.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy team.
10 to 12 leagues is great because you get to
12 teams,
talk a lot of trash and then
and you gotta actually stretch a little bit and look for the deep threats, So
exactly.
This is. But thank y'all for listening, for watching, for hanging out.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good day. Have a good night. And good luck tomorrow.
Yes.
Good luck this weekend.
Starts tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Adios.
All right.